Yeah, been all sick. Can't lie.
Immediately they start to turn up, turn up. Maestro Sugar, go kill him on Shama drop. Immediately she start to turn up. Immediately she start to feel the sound. Oh. Immediately they start to turn up. Oh.
Good morning, guys. It's 6:30 in the morning. One sec. Yeah, been kind of like ghosted away. I guess you can say I was searching for inspiration. I think that's the best way to put it. Decided to start waking up at 6:30 in the morning, latest, so that I can try to get more hours in my day. I watched something really amazing and beautiful, and it gave me so much inspiration to start my day earlier. Over the summer, I seemed to start my days earlier, and they seemed to be long days, but they were really effective days. So I decided to try the thing again. So over the summer, I was going through this amazing period of self-reflection, and it pushed me into this space of learning that I'm just very good. I'm a very good salesman, especially to myself, you know. And there's a reason I'm saying this to explain as to why I sort of went off, and I guess where was the stimuli and the stimulus point at which things changed. Because I don't know when things change, but I know what happened as to why I lost my motivation. We often within ourselves say that we know ourselves. We say that we understand ourselves, but that's a big lie. We only know and we create the best version of ourselves, which I see as both problematic as well as good. Good in the sense that it's great that you see yourself as the best you can see yourself, because that's how God sees us. He says He sees us as trees walking. The Bible says the blind man He sees us as trees. He saw men walking as trees. You know, a tree is the best version you could possibly. Every tree you see is the best it could be because it's planted and rooted into something. It's the best version of itself in the current moment. However, at the same time, how can you see yourself as a tree if you're just not rooted into anything? You're not planted. How can you ever see yourself as a tree? Oh, it's just going to be a seed if you're not watered, planted in the right environment. How can we do that? That's the issue. A lot of us believe that we know ourselves, but we only know the best version of ourselves because we haven't had a look and we haven't been honest. What I've been going through is something every human goes through. Except I'm going through mine. I think I consider to be going through mine a little bit earlier. You know, it comes to this self-realization. Most people, this is so orange. This is ridiculous. I don't like orange. Most people call this a midlife crisis. Maybe mine's a Josiah life crisis. A really amazing point of no return. Which is great. I've become such an amazing person, I truly believe. And it all started with understanding my true self and being honest. And often that comes to, you have to come to a place in which you decide to say, hi, I have a problem. Much like when you go to the doctors and the doctor says to you, did you have sex last week? And you say no, but you know you did. So he would say, okay, cool, then there should be no problem. There is a requirement in your own betterment to tell the truth, because it makes you better. It makes you have an opportunity to be fixed, or helped, or put into the right place and the right track. Often we are so scared to tell the truth. It's not because we're ashamed. It's just that we just don't want to accept it. Because when we accept it, it means things have to change. You come to realization. Realization is a dangerous yet beautiful thing. Realization makes you realize that I'm just very empty, you know. From a distance, with bad eyesight and no focus, this water could look full to somebody else. But I bring it closer to the camera and you realize it's empty. And my vision was just poor. That's where I've been over the last few months. That's been my battle. That's been my mental state. I've been looking to seriously improve my well-being, my awareness, my responsiveness, my receptiveness, my knowledge, my wisdom, my relationship with God. But I know when things went wrong. Not everything in my life. YouTube. I know where I began cultivating a bad habit. And I'll explain. So there was a day in which I let my camera out to someone to just use for a shoot, and then my lens broke. Currently I'm still shooting on a broken lens. That's the reason why everything around me just looks so blurry and just not sharp the way it would be naturally, and it's affected the lens, affected my camera in so many different ways. My camera's actually broken, but I'm not going to spend any more on this camera because I was on the verge of getting rid of this camera to get something new. But my plan was to exchange this camera and get more, but I've not been able to do that. So it's kind of almost stopped me progressively in theory, right? But I remember my lens broke up until the point in which if I was to shake this camera to attempt to vlog and stuff, it just wouldn't work. It's just, it's a mess. It's crazy, demotivationary, if that's a word. And I look at my camera and I just see there's something broken, and it's just like tiring. Like, I want to carry you out, I want to create content, I just can't. My wide angle lens, this is my vlogging lens, this is my light lens, my camera's already big. If I was to put one of these bad boys on there, like this weighs a ton. It's just extremely heavy. But I remember when that happened, I was extremely at peace. I haven't lost my temper yet. Not even up till today. But I felt like a little piece of me crack as well, because I think I was in a place in which I was trying to figure things out also. And what I was doing was slowly cultivating a habit over time, in which when this happened, it stopped my motivation to continue the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. All those days of doing the same thing and consistently thinking, right, gonna do this. I just lost the motivation. So over the summer, I was posting content that I wasn't really happy with, that I didn't want to produce. But I was posting content to make things seem as if they're normal, until I came to a point in which I said, no, this is not right. I'm just not happy. I'm not satisfied. My face looks very dry, guys. I don't care. I was like, I'm at a stage, I just don't feel satisfied. So I'm just gonna stop. I stopped for a month. I just lost motivation to create content. And one of my goals is to become a film director and a movie maker. I've been doing a lot of directing off screen, but oh, how great would it have been to show you guys that I lost the confidence, I lost the motivation, I lost the pattern and the discipline to continue doing something day in, day out. And I'm honestly so disappointed in myself, because I just wish I stayed doing it. It's what built me, you know. And it's crazy because ironically, this is also my 50k video, I think, because I by the time I post this, I think I'll be like 40 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. And I'm not making another video to say, oh, thank you guys. No, thank you. This is it. But I want us to think for a moment. And I want to start creating new content soon, and very much setting up things in the process. But that's been the reason why. But it's been a great battle of just that, because when that camera broke, it actually showed my complacency that was waiting to start. You know, it showed that I didn't really want to do what I wanted to do. I was waiting for an excuse. It's very much the same reason I didn't lose my temper. Very much the same reason I was fine with just letting things break down in my life, because it was a self-reflection of how it felt inside. So it was okay. I was like, okay, cool, great. Time to now stop faking it. It then became a realization of me, like, raw. Okay, cool, your camera's broke now. You can just use that excuse now. It's okay. Just like, yeah. It was a great excuse to use. And in as much as it's a real situation, I allowed the situation to consume me and make me mediocre, push me to mediocrity. And now I've been in a situation which I've not been happy with what I produced. Most importantly, I haven't produced anything. I've lost the capacity to speak to a camera, hold a camera, think in a way that is productive to one man sitting one subject and a camera, and think, how can I position these cameras? I don't have that. Which is what I'm trying to fix by why I'm awake at this ungodly hour. So it's currently now 7 minutes to 7. I'm gonna take a run to the gym. I'm gonna do some workouts and stuff, and I'm gonna come back home, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow and the next day. And I know that there's gonna be so much change. I'm gonna sacrifice friendships. As crazy as it is. I'm gonna have to excuse myself from all these places, but there's this importance and discipline in having to do that. Because I learned an interesting fact, and it's so great. It's how I've been living my life subconsciously. Now I want to position it so it's intentional. So I wake up and do something with my time now rather than lose that time. If you were to wake up at 5 a.m. instead of 8 a.m., you'd have, throughout your 365-day year, if you were to do that every day, you'd gain 45 extra days in your year just by waking up 3 hours earlier. I've been doing this for a while, however, I haven't been sleeping. That's the difference. Whereas now I'm going to be intentional enough to be like, okay, cool, just sign up, time to sleep. So if you see me up late, just know that it's imperative and it's necessary. But there's this important aspect of my life in which I need to take things back, reposition and attack, and it requires a lot of change. Change is great, you know. For example, one example of the change I never liked is my light. So if you guys look over here, I have this like big light. I only just set this up like right now, like right now. I would have done this, like I've been looking at my table for a while. Like I don't like this table. I've just not been able to produce anything. It was because at home my light was just on the right side. I like the light hit me on the right. Now it's hitting me on the left. Oh my god, it's making my skin crawl. It's just not the way my body is positioned. Thick light, but guess what? I don't look that bad. You're just making excuses for yourself. Just fall in love with analyzing, and most importantly, analyzing and wanting to understand and grow yourself is by being honest with yourself. You cannot fix until you identify that there's a problem, and the problem has to be accurately prescribed, which means you need to be accurate in the information you provide, which means you need to be honest, and change starts from honesty. Facts change, truth doesn't. So you can try and come up with as many different excuses in your life or things that change and make yourself feel better, but the truth is still going to remain the same. You just mask yourself in so many versions of pride and ego. Bye guys, I'm going to the gym. Catch y'all later. I'm gonna tidy this room up. Yeah, let's start the day, man. This shirt's too small for me, but you know, you do what you want when you popping. I got a new house, by the way. Yeah. So, well, not a new house. I mean, I moved to uni, so like a new place, new area, new space, new area. You know, but look forward to me being back. I don't make any promises, but I took this time off for my mental health. But I got an amazing message yesterday that was just like so caring, and I can see that God is hitting me where it matters, and He's putting people in my life that care for me, just the way I've been actually crying out for. Because there's we're gonna talk. You guys are gonna know what went through my head in these moments of silence, because silence speaks. Oh my God, I'm becoming an old man. Wow. But we're gonna go on this journey together every day. Catch you guys later.
Immediately they start to turn up. Maestro sugar, go kill him on some drop. Immediately she start to turn up. Immediately she start to feel the sound. Oh. Immediately they start to turn up. Oh. Immediately she start to feel the sound. Oh. Yeah. Everybody Kijo, Latino.